All right, so we have appeal number 371. The start time is now 5:05. And can you state your name for the record?
My name is Dean Cardamus, and I am the agent for Paul and Linda Cardamus.
Great, thank you so much. And we're looking at property 134 Vieras Street. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, the town has the property appraised for $898,800, and you're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $700,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great, thank you so much. If you can raise your right hand.
Yep.
Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall provide today concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign. Actually, do you have an affidavit?
I submitted it when they took my appeal.
Oh, got it. Okay, beautiful. If I can still have you sign this top line here.
Sure.
Beautiful, thank you. All right, brilliant. What do we have going on here?
Okay, I submitted comps when I submitted the appeal.
Yep.
And I'm not sure anybody's entered this home in probably, I'm going to say, I don't know, 50 years, 40 years. So it's never been updated. It's a dirt floor cellar. It's a stone foundation, flooded in Hurricane Sandy. So, I mean, it's a lot value at best.
Okay.
So, I mean, and, that's where we got our number from.
Okay, so when you say, all right.
So, like improvements, I know the improvements are a small part of that's there now. But
yep.
But even, it's even a small lot. But, I mean, this is original, I think the siding was done in the early 80s. When I was over there, I mean, it was, I asked, it's my father's house. I said, did anybody want to come over and enter? He goes, I told them they could come over. I said, well, I wish they did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I see, majority of the values in the land. So yeah. $814,800 is in the land.
Yeah, but
and
so,
the actual,
but they're,
go ahead.
Just, they're using comps on, Pratt Street, James Street. Those are side roads. Like Vera Street's the one road that shoots down to the DPW.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Like Vera Street is the thoroughfare to the side road. So, I mean, you must have did a lot of these. So, are you familiar with right here in that area?
Yeah.
So, Vera Street is the feeder one.
Right.
Of all the other ones. So, that's why we gave you the comps on Vera Street because,
right.
I'm a builder here in town. I wouldn't buy that for $800,000 and knock it down. Pratt Street, not, 400 feet away, I'm all in. Yeah. There's a big difference there.
Okay. And I did notice one of the comps was Pratt Street.
Yes, that's the problem. And if you look to each side, even, there's a little ranch that's, not FEMA compliant next to them. This house is not FEMA compliant, but we can forget the house. We're really looking at the land. And I think Vera Street, one of the problems is Vera Street doesn't comp to a Pratt or a James or a Longdean. It's just a different road.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you have any comps for Vera Street offhand, but.
I mean, I can't make the case for you, but
No, I got it. Well, that's what we have these.
When you put the list of comps, was those actual sales prices, or there's just visual, or the comparing other field cards?
No, these are sales.
Okay. All right, I see. So when you were comparing it, you were just looking at lot size, I'm assuming?
Yes.
And vicinity to the
Yes. Yes. And I still say, and even all these, every comp I even gave you, unfortunately, there's really nothing on Vera Street. There's one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 141?
Yeah.
And that sold for 1.8. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's at the dead end. Yeah, that's all the way at the other end of the road. Let's take a look.
Yeah, 141.
Yeah, I guess you are reading that correctly. Yeah, that must be, I guess that's a new construction there. Closed on 9525.
Yeah, $1,820,000. So that closed on September 8th. And I mean that's a new build, but I mean the land itself is $815,800.
Would be what?
$815,800, close to what the appellant has.
So they're basing the land on the one sale.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it's all sales.
Like I said, when you have here's the way the average builder looks at lot value. A third, and a third, right? An $800,000 lot is a 2.4 like ask price.
Yeah.
Right, that's like, and you can back into all these numbers like pretty quick and easy, right? You look
Yeah.
at any of these $500,000 lots, $1.5 million house, at least you're kind of in that range, right?
Yeah.
So an $800,000 building lot, I mean, there's not a $2.4 million house on Vera Street.
Right.
You know, I mean, I wonder, so on one, could you just, I mean, I know you can't make my case for me, could you look up really quick what the sale was on 141?
Yeah. Sale was 1,820,000.
No, what was it, what was the sale prior? Because there must have been a knockdown.
2020, 1,179,000.
Oh, so it's the same house?
Yeah.
Resold?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, they must, I think they did a redo. What was the sale prior to that? 'Cause that's,
1,125,000 on November 2017.
yeah, so that's the only new construction down there. Gotcha.
But I mean, what's interesting about it, right, is the fact that the land, 6,500 square feet, where the appellant is 6,450, and so 815,800 is 141 Veris, 134 Veris is 6,450. So I mean, they're really close, unless you're trying to contest that the fact that even the land shouldn't be that high.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got to tell you, that sale blows my mind. Like seriously, I mean, I don't know if you know the road. Like I'm amazed.
No, I know the road. Yeah.
I'm amazed they got that to comp out, even to get any financing on it, because
Yeah.
it just seems like really a push.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I mean, they didn't sell for $800,000, right? I mean, you're talking about the actual property itself.
Yes. No, I got that, and I understand we're trying to come up with a value with the knockdown, because I don't even know, what's the house even valued at here?
Are the appellants? The appellant's
Yeah.
only at 84,000.
Yeah, the house is, because, yeah, it's not.
Right. Right. It's the land. Yeah. I mean, is there any other comps you want me to look at for market value?
No, I mean, well, there was a whole bunch here.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were sold, actually, decent houses, right? Like
Right.
something sold 705 on Alden Street, right? It's a nice house. Something sold for 679 on Alden Street. There's some. I mean, I went from low to high here.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I'm just saying. So if we're looking at like 0.11, like all these are pretty close.
Right.
So, I guess even if you took off the 84, even if you put the house at 0,
Right.
it's still the land. Okay.
It's the land.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's no movement on the land.
I mean, unless you have a case for market value on land. But, I mean, you do also have a sell price down the street, on the same street, at a lot higher. But that's, of course. And now it's sold close to the appraised value, too.
Yeah, no, 1,820, that's a big sale.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big sale. No, we tried.
Yeah, no worries.
It's tough to get past. No, it's a huge sale. It's tough to get past. I mean, I get it. It's it's tough to get past.
No worries. So what I'll do moving forward for this property is I'll deliberate and consider all the other board members' votes for consideration and vote. We'll after you deliberate and vote on it, you'll hear within 7 days of that vote.
Okay.
So if the appeal is denied, they can come back again next year. Gotcha. If it is approved, they cannot appeal again until the next reevaluation year in 4 years.
Gotcha. So I mean, basically, when you go to vote, you say, "Here's our comps. Here's his comps." They say, well, it's
right.
It's unfortunate, but.
And then if they don't agree with our decision, they can also take the next steps and then appeal the decision in court, and instructions on how to appeal in court will be in the decision letter. So we have appeal number 373. The time is now 5:18, and this is for property 995 South Pine Creek Road. And can you state your name for the record?
My name is Dean Carnimus, and I'm the property owner.
Great, thank you so much. And the town has your property appraised at $1,128,600. You're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $800,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great, thank you so much. If you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign right here. Thank you. All right, brilliant. What do we have going on here?
Okay, this one is interesting, and I think you'll find it interesting. This was a property that has environmental impact.
Okay.
That was on the for sale for a long, long time. I have a letter from the Connecticut Deep that talks about there was coal tar on the property, and they have ongoing wells where they monitor the ongoing environmental issues on the property. So
Yep.
I bought it as a builder. I lived there. It's my own personal home. I bought it because I figured I can buy it cheap, and which I did, and that's why.
Yeah, they put a condition on it as a 5.
What's that mean?
Usually, like, you have a 100% condition on the value of the land, and they have it as a 5 for deep wells or shape or the marsh. That's pretty, I mean, you'll see. I'll show you.
Okay.
So, like, this is the land valuation.
Okay.
The condition code's right here. So that they put the condition of half of what the condition would be.
Yeah, but see, okay, well, I think that is because they're saying it's marshland. Because
Right.
ultimately, like there's two things. I have a conservation easement that I gave them that goes right through the property. So like
Okay.
most of the property I can't touch. It's actually tagged. You know, like we have like wood monuments
Yeah.
with tags. So we can't go near that. So a big part of the property is like conservation easement. But what makes it like that would be an impact as well. But this coal tar issue is the big issue.
Yeah.
So for me, and like even when I built the house, I don't mind it. I can get past it. But you go to sell that house, you got to convince somebody, you know, like you're buying a property that has an environmental problem.
Right. Yeah, I mean, even with Marcia, it's sometimes I don't see it that low for the condition code, but nonetheless. So with the tar, you're saying?
Yeah, here this is they have these monitoring wells that are still on the property.
Okay. Did they end up cleaning up the tar or no?
No, they just monitor it.
Okay.
I think that stuff is all over this marsh area. I think there was some factory around here. They were like using it as like, you know, I think they were using it to like fill.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like almost like the way Vestas was doing it on staff. You know, people were coming home with that stuff and filling it.
Yeah. How did you come up with the 800,000 figure though?
I just guessed.
Got it. Okay.
You know, because I know what the house cost me, I know what the land cost me. So
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I did it because I was going to live in it myself. And I just figured, look, it doesn't bother me that much. But again, I'm also, there's no financing. I don't even know if you could finance it.
Right.
So you've limited you're really limited
Your market.
your market to somebody who's going to stroke a check and say, hey. I mean, I know when there's like, you know, oil tank leaks under somebody's foundation, right? That becomes a problem. They vent it, it sits there, you know, try to sell a house like that. We both know it just can't be done.
Right.
So I'm just hoping to get some relief knowing that the reality is if this house goes to get marketed tomorrow, this is fully disclosed. You can see the pipes to that.
Yeah. I also noticed you had some comps that you sent in too. Is there anything you wanted to talk about in regards to any of the comps?
No, I just wanted you to see what something that was not environmentally impacted would cost.
Right. Okay.
You know, one of them was literally my neighbor's house, the 810 sale that was the most recent. That literally was I'm a rear lot on this property. So when you see that picture, the property's shaped like a flag. It's a really kind of an oddball, and that's why nobody ever wanted it. Like, if this is South Pine Creek Road, the lot comes in, it's like a 30-foot driveway.
Yeah.
The lot looks like this. And the house sits, what you're looking at is this.
Right.
And all the coal is back here.
So it seems clean, right?
No, but so there's a home here, and then there's a home here.
Right.
And there's all marsh.
Yeah,
so
where's the balcony?
It looks kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, where's
the balconies are here, which is so weird.
Got it.
Because ultimately, this was a court battle for 20 years, nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I was only able to build in that footprint.
Right.
And after when I built it, I said to the neighbors, I go, the house is only 18 feet wide. I go, I could have swung it. There's 30 feet here. I go, I could have put the house like this. The balconies would be out the back.
Right.
And I go, and our front doors would all line up.
Yeah.
But they had this appeal. It was a huge fight. So basically, it was like, you want to go back to court, or you want to build what was done? It wasn't my court battle. The guy I bought it from won a huge appeal. Went all the way to the state Supreme Court.
Yeah.
It was a wild court case. It went on for like 15 years.
Yeah. I do have a copy of that letter that you sent in too.
Oh, good.
Do you want to keep this, or do you
sure.
want me? Right.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like, an environmental impact, that's something real.
Yeah.
So how they want to vote, I don't know, but I feel like that's not an easy sell.
All right, brilliant.
But,
so,
whoever the appraiser is, when somebody wants to buy it, I don't know. You're an appraiser, licensed appraiser.
No. What we do is we're all Board of Assessment Appeals. We're all volunteers of the Board of Assessments. We get elected in, so we all vote as a board.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't work for the assessment office. I don't work under the appraisal office.
But you clearly have real estate background.
No. So basically, we are board members.
Bankers?
Huh?
You must have some type of finance background.
I served on the board before, so we're all residents in Fairfield.
Okay.
So then we all elect our time so people can contest their vote, right? So what the formal way of doing this would really be, we do it through our Board of Assessment Appeals. But when you have a hearing, like an informal hearing with Tyler and Company, which is the company that does all the evaluations, that would be before all of this, right? So here you're presenting in front of the board members who are all Fairfield residents, who are all elected in, majority of us, but then some of them.
I just assumed, you seem very well versed in real estate.
No.
You had some
we just served up before.
Appraisal background or something.
We're just serving the town.
I got you.
Yeah, so anything else you want to submit for this one?
No, I think that's enough.
All right. So I know you know the next steps, but just repeat recording it for the recorded line. So next steps, you'll hear within our decision of when we make a decision, when we deliberate and vote on it, within 7 days. I would estimate around May timeframe. So if you are granted to appeal, you can't come back in and get until the next reevaluation year in 4 years. If you are denied, you can come back again next year, and if you don't agree with our decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court, and instructions on how to appear in court will be in your decision letter. Right. So the time is now 5:29. We have appeal number 374 for 708 Reef Road. And can you state your name for the record?
Dean Carnimus, I'm the property owner.
Great, thank you so much. And the town has your property appraised at $953,800, and you're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $850,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, great. Thank you so much. If you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the assessment appeal now in question, the information you shall provide shall read the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I just have you sign. Top line. what do we have going on here?
Well, I think we have a question of what I would consider external obsolescence when it comes to valuation. And I have a map here as an exhibit. There's the property. There's Bud's Deli.
When did they build that?
It was there since I was a kid, and I'm 55. It used to be called Jack's. I used to ride my bicycle. Every kid in town used to ride their bike there, so I can tell you it's been there for 50 years. I know.
Yeah, okay.
Interestingly enough, in this town, right on Oldfield Road, on your way into Southport, there's a duplex house on the left. That was at DeMatteis Market, which eventually they sold that. They put a duplex house, and he moved into downtown Southport.
Oh, really?
Sammy's Pizza is?
Yeah.
That was an Italian specialty deli, amazing place.
Yeah.
The guy just got old and retired and closed it, and Sammy's bought it and made a pizza place.
Yeah, I know. Sammy's such an awesome guy, too.
Yeah, he's great. He was great for all the kids at Southport School. But interesting enough, they had these kind of neighborhood markets.
Yeah.
You know, they were
and fun.
They're in the middle of a residential neighborhood. Like you pull down the road, and there's a little market.
Right. You had two comparables on here, which I thought was kind of interesting. So you had the 101 Forest and the 190 Beaumont. Did you want to talk to about those?
Well, I mean, I think those were the same size lots on better roads. So I guess I was trying to say, look at what those just sold for. And obviously, you know, if you're going to try to do a new construction build out, you know, the problem with Bud's Deli is, and I love Eddie, every garbage truck, every bus, every landscaper, every garbage truck, like everybody stops in front of that store.
Right.
So, I mean, you can't even get out of your driveway. And then you got the brakes and the trucks and the guys, like, stuff. You know, it's a much different, you know, it's easy to say it's a great rental property because maybe as a rental, people could stay a year or two and they move on, or college kids. But the reality is it's not premier, you know, duplex house because, you know, unfortunately or fortunately, I mean, I like Ed, and it's nice to have milk right next door. But you're going to have to take a discount when you go to sell something.
Right.
How did you know that would happen? You know. I had no idea, but. I know. All right, take care.
Sorry, I'm so tired.
Okay.
You're saying 101 Forest that they don't have Bud's Deli right next door.
No, it's a dead end road.
Yeah.
You know, Reef Road's a busy road.
I know.
I mean, Forest is, you know, not even, you know, somebody would pay, I would say, substantially more money to be on Forest Ave.
Yeah. Because that one sold for $900,000.
Yeah.
The 11 Scotch Pine. So that one was, the sales price is higher than your ask amount, but that's the case that you're making.
Correct.
Got it.
Exactly. But I think you'd have to discount off of, you know, what a good road would be. So, I mean, if you were comping that, you'd have to put in, hey, if this is $950, we got a store next door, we're on the busiest road in town, you know, you're going to have to discount something.
Yeah.
You know, I just took a 10% discount. I don't know what that would be if you were a true appraiser. I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah. And then the other address.
It's just my tutorial after reading this. This is the appraisal's guide to figuring out, like,
Land.
well, you know, land values and external obsolescence, which is, you know, you got a parking lot next door, you got a great piece of property, but guess what? It's next door to this, or next door to that, or there's a sewer vents right there, and it smells every day, or something, like, you know, there's a million, I mean, you name it, right?
$190 Beaumont, like, what are some of the comparisons?
Well, one night, again, that's a dead-end road.
Yeah.
So, you know, to me, it's, and it's downtown. So I guess, you know, I was trying to find, lot sizes that would be duplex lots, you know what I mean, and say, hey, look, you know, here's 2 sales, like, why would somebody buy mine for that? You can buy these. You know, there's a couple of comps, you know, for you know, but those are decent houses. You know, they're nice. Is this all that room was used for?
It used to be a credit union.
Oh, I remember that.
Way back when.
Who's the town used for credit union now?
I don't know, actually.
I wonder if they went over to Sikorsky's credit union.
I mean, the biggest difference, if you look at yours versus like 11 Scotch Pine, the land valuation is so similar because the land size is so similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the house, that house, we had it at $70,000. But then again, that's just looking at the appraisal. It's not looking at the actual sales price. The sales price sold it for $900,000. But the actual house itself was at what? $70,000, $69,800, and then this was at $102,000. I mean, it's close, but anyway, I digress. And then obviously 190 Beaumont location and the size lot is bigger. But I mean, obviously, so it could be. Okay. Anyways, anything else to submit for this property?
No, you could keep that map.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know. Will you guys look at that when you vote, or?
Yeah, all the documents that gets attached get scanned in,
Okay.
and then we all kind of look at it.
Okay.
So for next steps for this, I'll present your case to the rest of the board members for deliberation and vote. You'll hear with our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision. If your request is denied, you can come back again next year. If it is approved, you can't come back again until the next revaluation year in 5 years, or 4 years. If you don't agree with our decision, you can always take the next decision or next step and appeal your decision in court. And instructions on how to appear in court will be in your decision letter. Okay. Appeal number 375. The time is now 5:43, and we're looking at 28 Thorpe Street. Can you state your name for the record?
Ian Cardamus, I'm the owner of the property.
Thank you so much. And the town has your property appraised at $809,400, and you're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $650,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great, thank you so much. And if you can raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear that the assessment appeal now in question, the information you shall provide shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign. Thank you. Okay, thanks so much. All right, what do you have going on here?
Okay, I have some comps to submit and another one of my maps because of the land values and the external obsolescence. It's tough to know, but I will explain with this map. That's the subject property. That's the post road.
Yep.
There is a parking lot that dumps out in front of the house for all this property here. So this office building,
Yep.
all the parking is here, and that lot comes here. That's
Yep.
the house. And you have the bank and you have a hair salon, and you have some type of retail thing here.
Yeah.
And here we have a lawyer's office, here we have a Chinese restaurant, and here's a restaurant, and here's a restaurant.
Mhm.
So this house is stuck in here, basically surrounded by all this commercial traffic. And at the end of the road, this is that new development that I don't know if you've been following it in the paper. Okay. So, basically you got a body shop here, you have a vending company here. I mean, the road is wild.
Yeah.
So, I feel that, it's always been a discounted rent just for that reason. It's tough that you can't park on the street. It's almost an act of God because obviously there's so much going on there. And I just put some comps here of other family homes that are sold, and what price tags they're going for, which I don't know if the appraiser took into account the issues with traffic and the external obsolescence. I think they just went by a computer program that spit out two-family house, downtown Fairfield location, and the road. I don't think, there was a lot of thought brought into that it's surrounded by commercial.
Yeah, I mean, it's only looked at sales prices, right? And that's why it's not an exact science.
Yeah, no, I get it, and that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So, but, without having that map, it's really tough to explain.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had better, pens because it bled in, but that map pretty much tells the tale that you have a residential house just surrounded by commercial.
Yeah, so
eventually maybe it would be commercial, but it's not. I mean, I think at one point somebody tried to do something commercial, it wasn't me, and it was shot down. So, unfortunately, that's what you got.
Yeah, so you have a list of comparable sales here. What would be the most comparable? Because when you submitted the paperwork, you highlighted 26 Longfellow. I wasn't sure if there was a particular reason for that.
That's a really good question. I don't know. This is so, this printed out so tough for me.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 cars detached. Maybe because of the 650. I think that was that's where I got my 650 price tag.
Got it.
Some sold for 475, some for 659. Obviously, these ones for 740. The square footage was much bigger. So I think that's where I came up with it.
Okay.
That was the highlight. So the map, you can submit. I don't know if you have your own comps I gave you the comps when I submitted the application. So, bank lot, parking lot, lawyer's office, restaurant. I mean, some of these numbers are great. I only wish they'd be true because I might just take the buyout and leave. It's been, 30 years in the making, acquiring all this stuff. Maybe it's time.
And that sales price was actually higher than the appraised value on that one. For 26 Longfellow?
So it sold for $650 the appraised. Oh yeah, I think all the appraisals were behind. But that's, you know what I mean? It's so funny. We had a lower appraised value in town and a higher mill rate. So whenever we looked good. So now our mill rate's going to be lower, right? So you're going to say, oh, look, Connecticut town, 19, that sounds kind of reasonable. And now all our, I'd say our valuations are catching up to Westport, Darien. People used to say, oh, look at Westport's mill rate. Well, look at the valuations. We always had, I think, artificial valuations. You get a bank appraisal, they say it's worth $2 million.
Right.
You go into town, they have $1.3 million.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe now they're just catching up to the times. Maybe the valuations are starting to catch up, and the mill rate will be more attractive.
Well, the appraised. What I was saying is the appraised is $598. It sold for $658. So it's almost $60,000 higher.
Yes.
That's
but I'm saying if you look at sales right now from between 25 to 2020, you're going to see almost every sales over appraised value.
Right.
Even the lawyers. I remember. A probate lawyer I was trying to buy something. I go, well, the town has it at $440, and he kind of laughed on the phone. You can't go by that.
Right.
We got to get a market comp. We got to get a realtor in here. You know what I mean? He's like, I can't go by a town appraisal.
No.
But obviously when I was trying to buy it.
I hear their logic, yeah.
No, when I was trying to buy it, I thought the appraisal was perfect.
Of course.
But the town guy's like, look, come on.
Especially if it's rebuild cost.
Yeah.
besides the 26 Longfellow, you wanted to look at another property that was comparable to this, didn't you?
Well, there's a whole list.
Right. Is there ones that specifically highlight or bring attention to? I think the first one you had was 40 Exchange.
Let's take a look. Yeah, okay, so 40 Exchange, same size lot, right? Haley Avenue. Yeah, I think you know what I highlighted Longview. I think I'm sorry, Longfellow. That's because that was the 650. Sawyer Road's right there.
Yep.
Stratfield's right there. I mean, we're all we're splitting hairs now. But I think we got like pretty good comps here.
What's the Sawyer Road? Is that 35? Can't read it.
Which one?
The Sawyer Road. What number is that? Oh, is that 85?
85.
God, that would make more sense.
No, that's 0.32 of an acre. Longfellow. Oh, I know
That's a lot
Longfellow
bigger.
too. I'm 0.11.
Yeah.
So that's why I highlighted Longfellow. The other ones are
So
0.16, 0.17, 0.17. So Longfellow at 650 was the 0.11, which lined up with me. That's why I was like, oh, here I am. I'm 0.11 too.
Yeah.
But I do think in a true appraisal slash trial, I do think the parking lots and all that play a huge role. It's just a tough sale. It's an easy rental for a year, but when you're trying to sell something as true value, you say that somebody's going to say, well, wait, I got to take all this into account.
Yeah.
I mean, my tenants over there complain all the time, like I can't park in front. I'm like, it's a town street. We can't have reserved parking. Try to get maybe no parking between certain hours or something, but there's nothing I can do for you.
Yeah, I mean, and Long Meadow's a quieter street. It's on the other side of town. Well, not, you shouldn't say it was the other side, but it's not in a downtown area. So
there wasn't a lot of two-family sales.
No, I know.
They're tough to comp, because I don't think a lot trade. I think, people hang on to them or, tax reasons, who knows? I don't know. A lot of them, they get transferred through families. There's not a whole lot of two families for sale or sold. What you see is a lot of duplex style, truly condoed two families, and you can't really use those as a comp because that's like condo docs, two separate addresses. Like I can't sell, I have 28 and 30 are the two addresses there.
Yeah.
I can't sell 30.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'd have to condo dock it. You'd have to fire rate it. You'd have to get condo docked. You'd have to show common areas. You could do it. Take some hurdles to do, but there's the difference. So when you see some of these ones that were sold for $1 million, you know what I mean? Like it's a big difference. They're selling it as like two condos together.
Right. Where's 68 Ardmore?
That's in Southport, isn't it?
I think so.
No. Ardmore Street that's off Grassmere Avenue. Matter of fact, I was just over there where Mohegan Concrete is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what's nice about that? That's a walk to the new train.
Right.
Ardmore.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep. They're putting that walking path in there. But there's a ton of streets back there. I'm sure you're getting a lot. Grassmere Ave, Ardmore. When you said Ardmore, I was thinking Arbor.
Oh, yeah.
Arbors?
That's Southport.
Back in the day, that was no premier road.
I know.
That was like little crappy capes and stuff, and now look at it. It's insane.
I know. Okay.
And Southport's kind of a funny thing because you're surrounded by 95 and the railroad tracks.
Right.
So,
Right. I mean, we're all squeezed in here. 85 square. Sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just
no, it's good to work on. I like it. It's efficient. I should have known you weren't a common employee because you're actually getting something done. I deal with these guys. It's that some of them are amazing and some of them are like, you got to have the right flow. I mean, you've seen the town clerk's operation down there, right? I mean, it's just so antiquated. They still do it the same way. They got to put the docks in, they put them in the ball. I mean, that's just the way it's done.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
All right, for this one, obviously, next step, as you already know, but for the recorded line, I'll present your case for the rest of the board for deliberation and vote. You'll hear of our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision. If it is requested, you can't come back again until the next reevaluation year in 4 years. If it is denied, you can come back again next year. If you don't agree with our decision, you can take next steps and appeal your decision in court, and instructions that appear in court will be in your decision letter.
Might be my best work.
This is appeal number 376. The time is now 6 o'clock on the dot. And this is for 29 Redfield Road. And can you state your name for the record?
Dean Cardenas, and I'm the owner of the property.
Great, thank you so much. If I can have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall provide concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign. Thank you. Perfect. All right, what do we have? Go ahead.
I have another map to submit because the picture tells.
Cemetery.
Yep. So not only do you have a cemetery, 95 is in your front yard. That's the off-ramp. Literally, I don't know if it doesn't show it, but so that's that's the road. That's the off-ramp.
Yep.
That's the off-ramp. So ultimately, and then you got the cemetery. So there's just as many houses here, but ultimately, like, I literally just put that for rent. It took 5 months to rent it. I got a Section 8 family who took it because the state's paying for it. It was not as easy. I even thought, I was a rental, I'll get college kids. I couldn't even get college kids to take it.
Okay.
So I just, I guess I kind of didn't realize that the cemetery and the 95 was going to play such a role. So people, but I didn't think of this. They thought it was a safety concern getting on and off the highway. They thought like their house would be a very easy break-in target.
Yeah.
I don't, know if that's a problem in Fairfield as much, but they thought that because the on-ramp's right here, so you could come on and off, that and you could park right on the side of the off-ramp, that they thought everybody was like, look, he goes, I can live with the cemetery, but we feel like it's a thing. And I said, well, I get that. You got two, pretty serious hurdles here for a residential house.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know if, like I said, they go by comps, but funny, the comps that they were comping was like on Ludlow Road, some stuff. I mean, I was like, come on, guys. Like, you got a cemetery and the highway in your front yard. Like, you can't use a comp from 2 blocks away on a dead-end road.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, and I know that cemetery well. Sportplex is here.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing, too. I mean, the Sportplex is right there. It really doesn't, you got enough buffer, but you are looking at the all commercial buildings.
Yeah.
So, and I think, what do we have here for comps? Oh, I think one of the ones we pulled off was, I think the one I highlighted the most was Timothy Street. But that's, that was a year ago, so I don't know how well we can do that. But,
I mean, I can still look at it. Go on.
well, these are all of them. But I still think, again, when you're doing appraisal work, it's very hard to comp.
Yeah.
Which is, interestingly enough, not that I went to appraisal school, but it's like estimating the external obsolescence of the structure is challenging, which is true, right? Because nobody really knows. There's so many factors outside the property between value, and reductions in the value of land. So, here, if the appraisal's not careful, it'd be easy to individually double count these outside influences. So I don't know how you comp a house on a cemetery, but somebody needs to know that.
Yeah, there's another
Right, there has to
property. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, so when you showed me on 995 South Pine Creek Road that they put a .50, that means cut it in half?
Yeah. It's rare to see that.
Yeah, but how could they cut it in? It would be a $2 million piece of property?
Like, for example, there's a lot more that goes into it, right? So, I mean, you have your size of the lot, and then you have the condition code, then you also have your neighborhood adjustment. So, whatever neighborhood they're in, that whole neighborhood that has the same exact adjustment.
Okay.
So, the one that you had in downtown, right, that had a neighborhood adjustment of 1.9. This one here, we have it at 1.6. So, it's slightly lower of a neighborhood than downtown, right? So there's a lot more adjustments to it. I mean, there was an adjustment made for being on 995, the highway. So they brought down, for that one, they brought the condition code from 100 to 0.9. Right? So that's more common to go all the way down to half. That was wild. But anyways. But I mean, not 52. 54 is Timothy.
I'm a pretty good real estate buyer, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do. I paid $425 for it.
Yeah.
So how can it be worth? I'm just saying, and it was for sale. You know what I mean? It wasn't So, that's this one. I kind of felt like, hey, I don't know if everybody put this into account. You're not selling this house very easy to buy.
Well, you're asking to bring it out to 440, right?
Yeah.
And you paid 427.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in 2025.
Yeah.
Why was it an unqualified sale? Was that the timing of it, or was it a transfer or a lease transfer?
No.
Or was it a trust or not a
No,
trust?
you know what? It wasn't on the MLS. So they probably have market time. That's what it was. Yeah, it was shopped around to investors because, the guy wanted it sold in the next 2 months or something, and it was just shopped around, so it wasn't on the open market. So that's an unqualified sale. Right, it's got to go on the, yeah, that's probably what it is.
So it wasn't a family transfer or anything,
No,
right?
No.
Sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just looking at something. Okay. The comps on this. It's hard to find a comp on this, right?
Well, the only true comp would be on that same road, right? I mean, something similar size, similar house, whatever. That's the only true comp. I don't even know if there's another.
Do you know what any of the numbers of your neighbors on that road?
Yeah, look at the map.
So yours is
Yeah, look at the map. I'm 29. Look at 37.
37.
Where they got him at?
I mean, it's 619. I was just looking at the adjustment. Yeah, I mean, what qualifies as a sale price, it's not even just like MLS, it's like if it's an arm's length transaction, right? So, I mean, who was it sold from? Who did you buy it from?
The owner.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
which was, it wasn't like a...
No, it wasn't like my sister or something.
Okay, anyway. Any of the comps that you want to talk about or give a shed light on?
No, I think that well, the comps are here, and I think the map holds true. There's plenty of sales here. 440, 365. There's a sale. 599, 609. I mean, they keep going up. But I mean, if you look at the roads, we're not even in the ballpark. I mean, look at Alden Street. You're gonna have tons of people down the beach area.
Right.
679. I mean, that would have been a good one against my father on Reef Road. I'm sorry, Vera Street, Alden Street, 679.
Right.
His land was at 800. There's another Alden Street, 675, 705. Bronson Road, 599.
Yeah, that was tough.
Where's Timothy Street? Is that like?
I had to look that up recently. Why did I have to look that up?
I should know this. Timothy Street. It's a little baby road. I know that.
Oh yeah, it's behind like the Stop and Shop or the Marshalls.
Okay.
They actually
All right.
just put a charging station there. Yeah.
All right. So so they're 450, right? 0.25.
They're like by the on ramp of 95.
That's why we used it. There you go.
Well, what number was that?
That's is it 54?
54
It's
Timothy.
printed horrible.
I know the numbers. I'm like, wait.
No, I know. They're really printed. They're really light, man. I would need a pair of reading glasses, which I don't typically use, but I would need a magnifying glass. How do I use my trick? The trick.
There's the trick.
Yeah, there's a trick. You just take your camera like this with your phone. You can see it perfectly. Look, 54 Timothy Street. No problem.
Huh.
I saw somebody doing a menu in a restaurant.
Right, with their camera.
What are you doing? And they go, well, it magnifies it because look how good you can read it. I was like, wow, it looks great.
Yeah. Huh.
Right?
Tell people that.
Who knew?
Okay.
So that's my comp, Timothy Street. Highway, bigger lot, land value. I told you this was my best work yet. I did an appeal up in the tax court up in was it Meriden? No. New Britain. So you go up to New Britain. That's where they do all the tax appeals. And we were fighting with the city of Bridgeport, and we had one of the big appraisers with us. And the judge, I hear the guy yelling at the tax assessor in Bridgeport, going, "He's got the comps." So what are you arguing about? It was so funny, And then we come in, we heard the whole thing from them. And that's when I knew, like, if you don't have a comp to hang your hat on, you just don't have it, both ways. Bigger value, lower value, right? Like, the only way you really have a comp is if you have a truly marketed property.
Will you pull up your calculator really quick?
Sure.
Can you just do 7742?
7742.
Yeah, divided by 11,100.
11,400.
11,100.
Oh. Equals 0.6974.
I was thinking the land size compared to both of them. Was there another property you want me to look at for this one for a comparable sale? Not to get lost in the shuffle of it, I was just curious.
For Redfield?
Yeah.
Well, I guess Mill Plain Road, which is, I guess the other comp that would be up the road from this house is 1054 Mill Plain Road.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a great comp, but I think we did it by location. That was the next closest.
I'm trying to find like one that's close to the size lot.
Oh, okay.
Just out of curiosity. I mean, I can look at 1054 Mill Plain in a second. I was just curious about the lot size.
Well, they're all bigger, right? Even Timothy Street's 0.25, right?
Right.
We're 0.17. It's not even a duplex lot. If it was a duplex lot, that'd be good. I mean, at least if you want to build a two-family there as a rental, you'd have you might have something. You know what I mean? But
right.
These are all single-family homes on all decent roads, right? So you got, Welch Terrace, 619 they closed for, Bronson Road, 599, Alton Street. Every lot's bigger except, Alton Street's smaller. That's 0.11.
54 Bronson's bigger?
32.
Or 32 Bronson's bigger?
No, it's 0.06. My God, that's not even a.
Right.
What is that? That's somebody's driveway. 0.06.
I was going to say, that can't be bigger size lot.
No, there's two really small ones here. 0.6, which is Bronson, and then Pequot Avenue, 0.7.
Yeah. And you're what at?
Henry Street, I mean, that one at 690, but Henry Street's nice. I mean, that's a side road off of Mill Plain Road, right? That's a tough, that's not even remotely close. But I mean, none of these comps break the 700 mark.
Right.
The town has it over 700, which seems like a real push.
1054 Mill Plain. That sold for $590. But again, that was for some reason unqualified sale too. But you probably wouldn't know anything about that.
I would not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. But it could be. I think what they're doing is anytime something trades hands and not with an MLS listing, they might consider that like an unqualified sale, right? That could be a quick sale. It could be a cousin. It could be a short arm deal. Somebody. I mean, it's believe me, many times people have walked in and they're like, the guy paid $250 next door. It's like, yeah, well, it was his uncle and he was a drunk and he was like, you know what I mean, like losing the house and what I mean, what do they call that when it's an unqualified sale?
Unqualified sale, yeah.
Somebody got a really good deal. It doesn't mean your house is worth $250. It means like the guy next door got a really good deal.
Anything else you want to submit for this property?
No, I think we're okay. But you have the whole, you know what, for some reason, I guess I printed the entire, I printed the vision for Timothy Street, but I don't know if that mattered. You brought it up.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just showing you.
Yeah, I was just curious what the other houses on the street were. Not that I really looked that much into neighbors because it's like it's your neighbor's house. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough road in Fairfield. There's a few roads in Fairfield that you got to say that's a tough road.
Yeah. So for this, of course, I know you know the next steps, but I'll present your case for deliberation and vote for the rest of the board members. You'll hear of our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision. If you are granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation year in 4 years. If you are not, or if you're denied, you can come back again next year. And if you don't agree with our decision, you can also take the next steps and appeal your decision in court. So we have appeal number 377. The time is now 6:23 for property address 12 Sandy Way. Can you state your name for the record?
Dean Cardemus, I'm the property owner.
Great, thank you so much. The town has your property appraised at $1,231,600, and you're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $990,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great, thank you so much. If you can raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall provide concerning the assessment and appeal down in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? That's help you got.
Yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign that. Thank you. All right, great. What do we have going on here?
This is a single-family home that we have a similar situation that we've, well, I'm talking about it for here, that we've talked about. This is a map. Another map. And we have our wonderful Bud's Deli here. The house is on the corner of Reef Road with the deli across the street. And this is a constant parking spot, you know, in front of the house all the way through. So, driveway, like I said, always a hassle to get out of, truck here, truck there, and it's a constant battle because of you have this commercial space across the way. So I think there has to be some give there. I did put in, when I submitted the comps, I do have the other comps that are here, and I think that a lot of the Reef Road sales that break this $1 million mark are the ones that are duplex lots. And you'll see that some of the other properties that are here that are the similar size land is, you know, well, all the sales are, you know, substantially $1 million.
So are you saying 12 Sandy Way, the property is not a duplex lot?
It is not.
Okay.
No.
All right, and what was the first comp? That was 316 Reef?
No, the first comp was 8 Millard Street was one.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? Then maybe I'm missing a sheet. Maybe I'm missing a sheet.
I have two comps.
Oh, you know what? I got it.
Got it.
Yes.
So it's that
Okay.
way. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so yeah, so I guess what we're comping from, the first one is 316 Reef and an $899 marketed and closed sale price.
With 316 Reef, what are some of like the comparisons, differences?
Well, it's 2,000 square feet, so we're close in square footage, and we are close in land size. There was another property, if we look up, which I think really tells the tale, 8 Millard Street.
Wait, what? 8?
Yeah, Millard. That's on the next page.
Oh.
Yeah, because this was the sales for just Reef Road.
Yep.
Okay, and then these are the ones, like this is Millard, is like a little side road right off of Reef Road. It's right there if you look at the map.
Got it.
I mean, again, we're not even in the ballpark of maybe for location. So I just think, I think what my biggest problem is, I think we have a stigma on the property because we have the commercial property, we have the store right out front. And I think that's a really tough valuation to make when you're trying to sell something.
Okay, anything else you want to submit for this property?
No. You will hang on to the map.
If that's okay with you.
Well, it's tough. I mean, if you know the area, you'll say, wait a minute, I know that house. And you know what it deals with like that. Because if you live there, you can't get out of the driveway.
Yeah. So for this property, as I know you know the rules, but I'll present your case for the rest of the board for deliberation to vote. You'll hear of our decision within 7 days. When we make that decision, if it's approved, you can't come back again for the next appraisal year within 4 years. If it is denied, you can come back again next year. If you don't agree with our decision, you can take the next steps and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter. So we have appeal number 378. The time is now 6:34. We have property address 704 Black Rock Turnpike. Can you state your name for the record?
Dean Cardibus?
Great, thanks. And you are the property owner of this property?
Yes.
Great, thank you so much. And the town has your property appraised at $839,700. You're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $650,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great, thank you so much. If you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall provide today concerning the assessment and appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Help you God. Yes. Thank you so much. If I can have you sign here. You. Great, thank you so much. All right, what do we have going on here?
Okay, we have a 3-family house that we have comps. I think I submitted some. I'm going to submit some more right now.
Okay.
And we have a lot of low sale prices here, and I'm not even so sure where we came up with this one.
Okay. I don't think I actually have a list of comps for this one for some reason.
There was a lot,
Oh no, I do. I don't remember.
Okay. So when I came in that day, there was a lot going on that day. But this is probably the one I'm hanging my hat on. This is Churchill Street, really a much better road. I'm on. I didn't print you one of my famous maps, but This is on a corner of Black Rock Turnpike, like the busy, windy area. I don't know if you want to bring it up real quick on Google Maps, but this is like playing Frogger getting out of your driveway. And clearly not a great road. Decent rental property, but you know, a pretty tough road. And you know, this one on Churchill I thought was, you know, basically it was on the market for $785 for 61 days, closed at $715. So
How long was it on the market for?
61 days. So I feel like this is a really good. I think so.
The land's much smaller, but
But my land's a hill, like we're on a serious slope. So I don't know if that, you know what I mean? Like it's we're on a cliff.
yeah.
And I probably should have brought that up.
Yeah, so since that sales was to 750, you're asking for 650, and their land is a lot bigger. But you're saying because your land's on a cliff or a hill.
Yeah, the topography is pretty brutal. If you, you know what? I mean, I don't know if you. How can we do this quick? Let's take a look. Okay. Do you know Black Rock Turnpike?
Yeah.
I don't know if this. That's the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 95.
Yeah.
So there's the parking, and that's it. Like basically the back of the house. There's like open decks. They just drop right down. Like, and that's the lower street. I don't know. It's hard to tell on a map, but like.
Yeah.
That's substantially. Like well, you can see by just the size of the car. See how much lower, you know what I mean? Like all the property goes down behind this house, down to this road.
Right.
So even though, I mean, that property's not, that's it. What you see there is usable.
Yeah.
So, and Churchill, that's like a side road over there. Like I would swap that in 1 second. That's a much better road. That's why I thought and the market time was right there.
The size of the house. 3,400 square feet, 3,440. Alright, and then the land for Churchill is 3,300. Alright, so your size lot, not lot, house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out like the square footage of like the usable land. So like the house itself was 3,440, 3,400 square feet. Let's say 3,500. The Churchill, the lot was 3,300, right? Which would be slightly smaller than the actual house, right? Your actual house.
Okay.
They have that lot, just the land valued at 400, we'll say 397.8.
Okay.
Where you're requesting for 650. So we add in your dwelling at
Okay.
like 6.4. I'm just trying to do like some basic math.
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah. I mean, it's gotta compute like at the other end. It's gotta, like, how do they say, like blockchain? It's gotta match.
Yeah, because so like my point being.
Is it? Hang on. So these are the other comps too, right? So there was.
Yeah.
Here, do you want to look up? Let's take a look. Oh, maybe that where I got. Maybe where I came up with. Oh, this is a big one. That's a. All right, so 0.2 miles away. Okay, so 0.2 miles away, which would be the closest to the house, right? That's where I got to be right on the corner. 165 Hawley Avenue, Halley, 165 Hawley. I don't even know where that is.
Southport. Oh, no.
No, it's got to be close. It says it's
No.
0.02 away. It's got to be right behind it. It's got to be one of those side roads right behind there.
Yeah.
That's the closest. That's the closest house that's sold. So listed at 850, sold at 750.
What was it, 165 you said?
I'm sorry, because I'm doing this with the phone.
No, you're fine.
That's my methods. Yeah, 165. Yeah, these are the three families, the only three families that traded.
Oh, by
Right?
the King Kelly.
One at 750, one at 750, one at 715. So I think I was discounting mine based on these because I'm on the busy road. That's where I was coming up with it.
Yeah,
Not a lot of three-family sales.
No, I mean, so like if I look, going back to Churchill,
Yeah,
and maybe I'm being a dead horse on this, or maybe I
it's a smaller house, better road, right?
smaller house, better road.
Okay,
So you're asking for 650, right?
okay,
They sold it for 715.
okay.
On paper, that kind of looks fine, right?
Yeah.
However, so your size lot, obviously, you have the cliff.
Yep.
That being said, we have the lot size of 8,400. Now, if you took just the size of the house,
Yeah.
right? Because you're saying
Yeah.
right when the house ends.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on
Well,
the
that's
cliff
you
end.
could. Well, I don't know. I wish the pictures could show you a little more, but whatever. You get
Yeah.
it. That's why the driveway's paved like that. Okay.
Yeah. So right when the house ends, you're
Yeah.
saying that's when the cliff
Yeah,
starts.
it's like that's it. There's no real.
So
There's not a whole lot of backyard there. Okay, like there's no you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So if I took instead of the 8,400 square feet of the
Yeah.
land, right?
Okay.
If you just took the size of the house and approximated that to the land,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
if you're saying the end of the house is the cliff,
Yeah.
so the house is 3,400 square feet,
Yeah.
right? Not including the driveway, not including
Yeah,
any
yeah,
of
yeah.
this, right? So theirs is at 3,300,
Okay.
right, for just the land.
Okay.
Again, your land would be bigger, not including the slope, right?
Okay.
They have that at 400,000, and then you're asking for 650. So if I add back in your house, right? So if you took this, for example,
How big is your lot?
their lot at 105 Churchill is 3,300 square feet. It's small.
How can that even? So they have it. Oh, it's .08. Okay.
Right,
Got it.
right? So their lot is small, so at 400,000. If I add in just the house, right,
Yeah.
for 412,000 on top of a land of 3,300, where your house size.
Oh, no, I get it, but I mean, their land, I mean, you're right, I know it's tiny, but it's a much better road, I mean, as we know.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
even if that, you're still asking for less than them.
Look there was a sale right next door to me, that sold.
Okay.
So if I'm 704, it would be, I have apartment 708, it goes up as you're going up the road, so maybe 710.
And I know, like, that slope you can't really build on because there's other properties behind it. You
No,
have to
it's
have,
a
like,
walkout.
ridiculous wall. Right?
Well, it'd be like a walkout basement or something, that's what you end up building, right?
Yeah.
When you build into a slope, I mean, you make
I
it
don't think
work.
it's 710. It's going to be a different number.
I know, I just took it up on the Google Maps, we can do it, zoom in. 720. That one just sold, like within a year, or maybe like whatever. A guy tried to sell it to me, so I know it's
490.
When did it sell?
August 2023.
Oh, geez.
But wait, no, if it's more recent, then it wouldn't be on here. It would be.
No, maybe it was that long ago. Man, I lose track of time. I remember when the guy tried to sell it to
This
me.
house, right? The green house?
Yeah, I'm right to the right of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, who's the guy's name? Who had it? No, I just want to see the sale.
Carrera? Oh.
No, Kevin. All right,
Oh.
so that guy, Kevin, tried to sell it to me. He must have gave it to his kid because it says 0. See that?
Yep.
He must have gave it to his son. Then his son flipped it.
No, he added someone here. That's why it's a 0. He added Lee
Okay.
Westberg and then sold it. And
Oh, so this guy, William, whatever, bought it for $370 and flipped it for $490.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah, he offered it to me. I should have bought it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but there you go. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess 3 years, the real estate values are that high. I don't really know. It's a tough road. It's a tough spot. I mean, that sale's too long to comp, right? It's too far away. I know.
I mean, it's outside of the evaluation period, but I mean, it's your neighbor. So
what do they have him? What do they have him valued at now?
537.
All right. So I mean, how can I be worth $300,000 more?
And it's lot size are very similar on the lot. It's the house. No, not the house. I think
No,
the house
that's
14.
no, but that's probably a 2-family. It's not a 3. Right? It's a 2. He's got a legal apartment there, but I'm telling you, it's probably listed as a 2 because I know his basement is not legal.
Yeah.
It's a 2.
So they have the house at 114, whereas your house is at 412.
Yeah, but how could, even if you were to double it, you'd be at 230.
Why is your house at 412?
You tell me.
Wow.
The house is 100 years old.
And you have 2 units, right?
No.
It's just 1 unit you're looking at.
No, it's a 3.
Yours. Got it.
3 units there. See, that's an interesting house. The original home is, when you look at that property to the right, that house was built in, I'm going to say, in the 20s. And then to the left, in the 70s, they literally, built a 2-family and connected it. So the fire marshal literally has that listed as a townhome with a 2-family next to it, tied together. You know what I mean? It's a 3-family, but the way it's configured, there's no, we're not sharing open, there's no open hallways that we share.
I mean, for this is probably, maybe it's unrelated, but for the insurance on the house, what are they covering that at? The replacement cost of the house.
They don't let you do that. They go by square footage for Connecticut. So if you got 3,000 feet, they say, they'll tell you need $300 a foot or something, 900,000, something like that. They don't allow you anymore to do that, even though the crazy part about insurance now, they call it earned policies. If you don't spend the money, you don't get the money.
No,
so,
I know that.
You know what I mean? So but they'll tell you, you got to take $1 million policy out because it's 3,000 square feet, even though they'll never give you $1 million to build it. But I think, listen, I didn't dive as deep into this as we just did. I guess what we hang our hat on is say, why is the building valued so much? It's not new because
that's what I'm questioning.
Yeah, but why? Well, I guess I should have picked up on that.
Because the land seems fair.
Okay, so if the land seems fair, then, did they not depreciate it down for the age? There's no recent building permits or anything. There hasn't been any extensive work there.
Yeah. I shouldn't even say the land seems fair. Compared to the comparables, it's in line.
Compared to the comparables I gave you, it
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. looking at the two comparables, 70 Meatpath, 165 Holly, with their sale prices, 700, 750, 715. That's from 650. You're asking, okay. Anyway.
I know. So I mean, so we should when you go to vote, should we just hang our hat on that the land? I'm sorry, that the structure, the improvements are valued too high.
It's up to you. I can't make the case for you.
No,
right?
I know, but how do we make that case?
I mean, it's the rebuild cost of the house, right? Because it's not like there's real value in the actual house itself, right? That's why I was asking, like, what's the insurance at? Because they would insure for the rebuild of it, right?
They make you do that because
Yeah.
the premiums are higher,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
what they do. I mean, it's a game because they're never going to give you the money anyway.
No, and they have
But
endorsements
you pay a premium on $900,000 replacement cost, even though they're going to give you $6 to fix it.
Right. Right. I'm just trying to figure out how you can present a replacement cost for the house.
Got it. I just wonder if it's more of like they didn't depreciate the asset down. Like when you look at all these other ones, right? That are these older ones, like even like, you know, the ones we're doing right, you know, before, right? You look at Redfield Road, the improvements are nothing, right? The house was built in 1912, so it's like, you know, they got the structure, you know, it's you know, appraisal building, $141,000. So I mean, even if you doubled that house at 300, where do you come up with 404?
412.
Yeah, but where does that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, and who knows, maybe the 412 number, I'm just guessing from a 412 figure on that house.
Yeah. When you bring up the one I submitted on Churchill, what's that have that house valued at?
Well, the one in Churchill,
Or it's a tiny house?
it's a different house, but I mean that one's at 391, right? So, so their size is smaller. Right, so like this is the style of that house, right, Churchill?
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Right. And so you're at 2586 for square footage.
Okay.
Theirs is at 391, whereas your square footage is 3440, and we have it at 412.
Oh, so they have Churchill, the building at it must be. All I could think is that because of the extra unit, right? They're throwing it down, but I still don't even. So I guess if you did Redfield at 140 a unit, at 3 units, you're at 450 or 430.
Right.
So I mean, they must be thinking per unit 140,000 a unit or something. 100 whatever. I mean,
right.
136 or whatever that number comes
I'm just
up.
trying to see how we get to the 650, right? But anyway.
I don't.
No, it's all good.
I don't know either. I mean,
Okay.
I guess if we'd have to get the structure down, it's the only way to do it. I mean, you know, I would hope the neighborhood sale gives us something.
Yeah.
Yeah, appraised building value 412, appraised land value 427. You know, maybe 650 is not the number. Maybe it's 7. I don't know. It's a tough sale, but I can tell you that. I mean, but you know, when you guys vote on these, you know, is it a yay or a nay, or you say, hey, we're going to split the difference here? We're probably
So the thing about doing partial approvals is we don't like doing partials because you can't come back again, right? You're locked in for that number for the rest of the evaluation period.
That you're going to go to court. But if you don't
Right.
But if you don't do anything, then you're coming back anyway.
Right.
So I feel like partials are like you take what you get.
Right.
If you got a real case, then you go to court. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it doesn't, you know, believe it or I mean, you know, you
Like,
go to court, you're leaving with something, right? The
Yeah.
judge is going to pound the 2 people into doing something. It's a pretrial judge. He's going
Right.
to say, listen, you know, you're given something, you're given something, and we're both walking out of here pissed.
Yeah.
Like, believe me, I've sat there when I've gotten yelled at, and the guy's like, look, you know, you want to go to court, great, you go to trial. You're going to spend $20,000 to trial. What are you going to say?
Yeah.
You know, to take the discount, you know, and go.
Yeah, and we don't want to make, yeah, right. And it's hard for us to make the case for you. So like when we do a partial, we're almost kind of making the case in a sense.
I just figured that the whole point is get these things through and keep moving along, and let's just get everybody going. Right? I mean, I guess in the real world, it's more about let's push the cart up the hill. Let's just get going.
Yeah.
Get somebody, they feel like they got some relief. You know what I mean? Like, look, I just know, like I said, I should have bought the neighbor's house. I feel like, this was a real big jump in valuation, like huge. I don't know, why it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Anything else you want to submit for this property?
I don't know what else I could do.
No worries. So you know the next step, but I'll present your case to the majority of the board members for consideration and vote. You'll hear our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision, so sometime around May. If it is granted a reduction, you can come back again until the next reevaluation period. If it is denied, you can come back again next year. If you don't agree with our decisions, you can take our decision. You can go to the next step and then take your decision in court. Instructions on how to appear in court will be in your decision letter. So appeal number 747, my name is Ronique Patel. I'm one of the Board Assessment Appeals members here. The time is now 7:32. We have property address 130 North Cedar Road. Can you both state your name for the record?
Karen Biggs.
Thank you.
Charles Biggs.
Great, thank you so much. And I am assuming you both own this property?
We do.
Great. The town has the property appraised at $2,158,800, and you're asking the town to reduce the appraised value to $1,925,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Great, thank you so much. If you can both raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the assessment appeal now in question shall be, the information you shall provide shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Help you God.
I do.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign. Oops, sorry. Sign here and here. Brilliant. So I was reviewing some of the case, but what do we have going on here?
Okay, so I think what caught our attention was that our increase, the rate of our increase was far higher than our neighbors that have similar types of properties.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 bedrooms, similar square footage. I don't know if you have this document that we submitted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put a couple of examples on. There were a couple of things that jumped out to me. One was just the increase versus others that just sort of surprised us, and also just the difference in how our square footage was valued versus how others were, especially since some of these are properties that have just been renovated and are much newer and don't have our water issues in the backyard and things like that.
Yep. Okay.
And then we also looked, there aren't a ton of sales in Fairfield these days, but we did find a few that that kind of jumped out as not being sort of appraised. So, that we were sort of similar to 4 bedrooms, for 4,400 square feet type of things, that were appraised at a different, spot than us, a good like 15%, 20% below us. So those are the things that we were just trying to get maybe a little bit of clarity on how our numbers were kind of so out of whack with some of the other people on our street and in our neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily based on like the last reevaluation, right? It's not like we're taking that and just like adding on whatever, right? It's based on all the sales prices during the evaluation period. So like last year's consideration is just like out of the picture. It's all based on sales prices in that given year. So yeah, we take out like we consider your house, but I mean that's not where the value really lies, right? I mean it's the land. Because like the actual house itself is $993,000, but we have the land appraised at what 1.1.
So that sounds pretty high if you've ever been in our backyard after it rains.
Because you have the wetlands, right?
Well, the town kind of screwed up at a house behind us on
Yeah.
Hill Farm Road.
We had
They-
engineers in for years.
Okay.
So they built a really large house in a place where it was just trees and forest and things like that. The catch basins that they asked them to build were not sufficient at all. So whenever there's big rain, their property just runs right down. And like if you looked at from our backyard, Hill Farm's quite a bit ahead of above us. You know, it's like 15 feet up above us. It just runs straight down into huge puddles in our backyard.
Does 130 North Cedar, does that have a similar situation or no?
That's us,
That's
No, I'm sorry. Your neighbor, 172.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that right next to us. And they're, I don't even know if I put that one down.
No, you just put as a.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you know why would be $495 a square foot? They'd be
Their
$371
lot
a
is
square
a
foot.
lot bigger than ours also, 25% bigger lot.
You're comparing 172, right?
Right, because we're
Yeah.
immediate neighbors.
Yeah.
So they're,
I mean, there's a lot of different factors. I mean, if you're looking at like the actual house itself, or you're looking at the land.
Both.
Okay. So if you want to look at the house itself and you're comparing the field cards, you look at the second field card and you look at like year bill. Yours is built 1953. They're the same year, right? But that it's you have a depreciation of 30. They have 30 as well. So percent good, you have 65. They have a percent good of 70. So we coded theirs a little bit better than yours, give or take, right? So I mean, we have yours valued new at 1.5. That's the bigger difference. Where theirs, we're valuing new theirs at 1.3. And then obviously we take into the depreciation stuff.
So how could theirs be valued at new? Theirs is a 6,000 square foot house.
They have 7 bedrooms,
That was,
and they have 25% more land.
I mean, it could be a lot of different factors. I mean, I'm just taking a broad overview here. I mean, looking at just the house, so you're saying that they're different houses, right? So
theirs is a lot bigger and it's more recently renovated.
than yours.
Yeah, because we lived through it.
But the house was built at the same time?
They added on a lot of space in between 2010 and 2015.
Mm-hmm.
2015 to 2020.
Did it all again.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why. I mean, I don't have any building permits pulled under this evaluation period. Unless they're talking about repairs from previous. That was way back when, though. Did they renovate recently?
Before it was sold,
Yeah, not in the last
10 years ago maybe?
5 years, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit before COVID, probably. It just jumped out at me because it's a huge, beautiful house, and it's not being assessed the way ours is being assessed.
So in your case, then, what are you implying that your house be valued at? Because I know you have the 1.9 figure, right? So what are you saying the house is at?
I would say the house is worth less, but also the land for sure, given our wetland issues and
Okay.
and the water and.
So I guess before I go to the comparable sales, what is the argument you're making with 172 North Cedar?
We're just using that as a comparison.
Because
Okay.
they have a much bigger house and a much bigger piece of property.
Okay.
And they're both assessed at lower price per square footage for the house.
Yeah, I guess, it's two pieces, right? There's the land and the house.
Right.
Their house is, I don't understand how a house like that gets valued at $371 a square foot and we're $495 a square foot. One of them's very much off.
I see what you're saying.
Okay. Okay. And then now looking at the comparable sales for market value, you had a few comparable sales you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, there's just three here. Yeah, you got it out in front of you.
Yeah. So speak to me about the first one, I guess, the 3663 Congress.
Similar size house, same number of bedrooms, and it was assessed at almost $500,000 less than ours.
Yeah, so for that one that was sold for 1.7, we had it appraised at 1.3, right? So a little bit of difference, but the sale price is what dominates, so it's at 1.7.
Yeah.
Comparable, your lot is bigger, and your house. So your house and lot is bigger. Not by a lot, but.
I think our house is like 200 square foot bigger.
Yeah. Plus your neighborhood, that's the bigger adjustment between the two lots. Your neighborhood is valued higher than theirs.
Then Congress Street?
Yeah, they have a neighborhood adjustment of 1.5. You're at 1.75. It's just your it's just your specific neighborhood for that one.
But why would some of our neighbors with similar houses not be valued so much less than our house?
They would still have the same neighborhood adjustment, right? Because it would be everyone in the neighborhood would have that adjustment. Now, everyone has different variables. It could be like what you're saying, your land, right? They could be there's a lot of different factors. But again, it sounds perfect science. So I don't work for the assessment office. I'm not the person who put together this appraisal, right? We're just elected board members helping hear everyone's case and present it.
Right.
Are they done through an algorithm?
It's all based on sales prices. So we just take the sales prices of that evaluation year, and then we dwindle it down to per house. So it's all sales. It's all market value when it comes to doing these valuations.
But it sounds like.
The market value of our neighbor's house is way more than what you guys put in there.
And it's not an exact science, right? That's why we have this process.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, I see what you're saying with the neighbor's house. It's a bigger house and bigger lot. Yeah, it's lower.
Yeah, or 189 North Cedar is a new. They just renovated the whole house and they have a pool.
Last year, a completely brand new house, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And their appraisal was only increased 63%.
They have 5 bedrooms.
And it was a gut renovation and huge addition.
Okay. And then, did you want to look at the other two comparables, the 6678?
Sure. Yeah, there was one on Gatestone Lane.
Yep.
Bigger house, same number of bedrooms as us.
That sold for $1,825,000. That's 2024, but it's still within. Well, their lot is a lot bigger.
So bigger house, bigger lot.
Yeah,
Less price per square foot.
selling for 1.8.
Yeah, which that sounds about right. I don't think that's
Right.
very far from where
Yeah, that's
we'd
actually,
probably be.
and that's actually almost exactly where they're appraised at too.
And I think like that was a decent comp to us, although it's a bigger piece of land and a bigger house.
Okay. Now, for that one, actually, hold on.
How big is that lot, or how much land do they have?
87,120. So it's, what, 3.8? And then you're at,
Acres.
yeah,
Like 4.
1, 2.
yeah, it's the neighborhood again. Their neighborhood's at 0.95. Your neighborhood's at 1.75. It's the difference in neighborhood between the two of you guys. And they're sold close to what they're appraised at. And they also have, like, power lines. They have some wetlands. They have some other stuff going on there, too. Okay.
Is they flooding in their basement like us?
I don't know. That's got to be
You don't know
really
all the
tough.
specifics.
Huh?
You don't know all the specifics.
Okay.
We have a general idea.
Yeah.
Did you want to look at 150, Aaron?
I don't know. I mean, I think you've got a good sense of where we're coming from.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to submit into the record?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll present your case to the majority of the board members for consideration and vote. You'll hear of our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision. So that's probably looking around like May timeframe.
Okay.
If you are denied, you can come back again next year. If you are granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation year in 4 years.
Okay.
If you don't agree with our decision, you can also take your next steps and appeal your decision in court, and instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Okay.
All right? Any other
Okay.
questions?
Nope. Good.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it.
You
Have a
guys
good
have a
night.
good too. Thank you.
Thanks for doing this stuff. Someone in town has to. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.